112. We will be escorting you to your next port of call. Thank you for your cooperation. This is Warship 112, standing by on channel 16.
1:49 p.m. Strait of Hormuz, south of Larak Island. The mines are already down there, not being planted, not being armed, already waiting, already counting. 9 American drones have already passed through this corridor and reported nothing. The weapons on the bottom were told to ignore them, told to wait, told to count to 10. 9 transits logged, 1 more needed. The next one isn't a drone. Inside the Expeditionary Sea Base 53 miles south, Petty Officer First Class Dana Reyes watches 9 green tracks move north on her display. Clean, steady, textbook. The screen tells her the lane is safe. She believes it. That belief is the weapon. 1:51 p.m. USS Mason Combat Information Center. Lieutenant Commander Harris Jalil is not looking at the Orca tracks. He is looking at Kesham Island. Small contacts in the lee of the coastline. Stationary. Patient. Not wrong enough to call. Not clean enough to dismiss. He marks them. Says nothing yet. Everything about tonight feels routine. That is what bothers him most. TAO mark those contacts north of Kesham. Eyes on them every 4 minutes. The contacts don't move. They are waiting for a phone call from a brigadier general 40 kilometers north. They have been waiting 3 hours. 2:13 p.m., channel 16, international distress frequency, static first, then a voice.
Mayday, mayday, engine failure, possible mine strike. We are taking water.
Gulf Arab accent, male. The signal degrades exactly the way a frightened man on a failing ship's power sounds. A position follows just north of the Orca corridor, a hull identifier, then nothing. Inside Mason's CIC, nobody breathes for 2 seconds. Then Jalil is moving. Navigation, get me that position. TAO, left to 340, ahead full. No hesitation. You don't hesitate on a mine strike distress call. Not here. Maritime law points one direction. Naval conscience points the same. Mason accelerates to 22 knots. In the undersea control cell, Reyes pushes the Orcas harder. Sonar gain up, search strips tightened. One by one, they report back clean. The distress vessel appears on AIS 37 seconds later, tanker-sized. Dead in the water, exactly where the voice said. Reyes exhales, Jalil does not. 2:24 p.m., Orca 4, 56 meters down. The sonar processor flags an anomaly. Not a mine, a pattern. 3 low-profile contacts at even spacing, 22 meters apart. Another row offset 19 meters, then a third. The kind of spacing geology doesn't produce. The kind an engineer produces with a diagram and a deadline. Orca 4 slows. Second pass, anchor cables. Low-profile canisters pressed into silt. Directly in the center line of the corridor, the 9 drones just declared clean. Reyes freezes the frame, calls for Orca 6 to cross-check. 6 confirms it in 40 seconds. Her hands stop moving over the keyboard. 9 drones through. 0 detonations. Distressed call the moment the 9th drone cleared. False tanker drifting north toward Mason's approach vector. And a live, armed, untouched minefield sitting in the center line. To ship counter. The lane isn't clear because it's safe. The lane is clear because the minefield is saving itself for something bigger.
Mason, undersea control. Hold your position. Say again, hold. Mine-like contacts in the certified corridor. Possible ship counter device. Do not enter the lane.
On Mason's bridge, Jalil has already grabbed the engine order telegraph before she finishes the sentence. 2:31 p.m., USS Mason, CIC. The electronic warfare suite stops being polite. Fire control emissions, not search mode, targeting mode. From the same contacts Jalil marked 40 minutes ago, moving now, fast, breaking south from Kesham. The coastal battery radar 30 kilometers north pulses 3 seconds of hard illumination. Then it goes dark. They were waiting to confirm Mason was inside the corridor. She isn't, and now they know it. Then the sonobuoy string south of Larak returns something worse.
Mason, 4 fast movers bearing 015, range 18 miles, closing at 40 knots. IRGC fast attack profile.
Blade rate contact. Diesel electric. Large, accelerating. A Kilo-class submarine. One of Iran's 3 Tareqs. Sitting west of the lane for hours, waiting for the sound of a destroyer's keel breaking. The full architecture is now visible. Mine hit. Mason crippled. Fast boats. Torpedo. Camera footage of a burning American destroyer before Washington drafts a response. It is a good plan. It required Mason to trust the drones all the way in. She didn't. Every Iranian asset is committed. The target they were built around sits 8.7 miles outside the kill box with Aegis painting the entire picture. Exposure is not survival, not yet. 2:44 p.m., the MH-53E Sea Dragon, 90 knots, low, ugly, 300 feet of tow cable trailing behind it. At the end, the Mk-105 magnetic influence minesweeping sled. One job: create the electromagnetic signature of a large steel hull and make the mines believe their moment has arrived. Inside the cockpit, Lieutenant Carla Mendez keeps both hands on the controls and her eyes on the water coming at her at 90 knots in the dark. Sled in the water, running. First row, nothing. Second row, nothing. One impossible second where the theory looks wrong. The sea stands up. 2 pressure columns erupt simultaneously, tall enough that night vision shows black cores where the sea has been driven completely aside. Third blast. Fourth, bottom influence mines, underkeel weapons designed to snap a destroyer's spine. The Sea Dragon shudders from overpressure. Mendez doesn't flinch. Keep the sled in the water, make another pass. 2:51 p.m., 4 inbound tracks, 4 NOR anti-ship missiles off the northern shoreline, sea skimming, converging on where Mason would have been if she'd trusted the corridor all the way in. She is not there. Batteries released. Jalil's voice is quieter than it should be. The calm of a man who has stopped being afraid because there is no longer time for it. 2 SM-2s leave the VLS, then 2 more. Intercept baskets open 20 miles out. 2 tracks vanish. A third chases a Nulka decoy off the starboard beam until its fuel runs out. The fourth descends through chaff through jamming. CIWS takes it at 900 meters. 2 seconds of 20mm tungsten. Debris hits the water 40 meters off the bow, close enough to feel in the hull. Below everything, the Kilo accelerates, turns toward Mason. The submarine commander doesn't have the engagement he planned. He takes the one that still exists. It is a mistake. The P-8A drops active buoys. Echo returns sharpen. The Kilo chooses maneuver over silence. That is enough. A Virginia-class attack submarine has been running silent for 6 hours. It receives the same track at the same moment. No conversation needed. 1 Mk-48AD CAP leaves the tube. At 2:58 p.m., 1 contact west of Larak Island simply stops existing. 6:12 p.m., the strait goes quiet. The tactical engagement ends before the official statements are drafted. Brent crude moves before the second paragraph. Insurance markets price not the damage done tonight, but the damage implied. Because the lesson isn't that Iran tried to close the Strait of Hormuz. The lesson is that it nearly did it with recorded audio, a radar reflector on a barge, and mines programmed to let drones pass. In London, underwriters reprice every tanker transiting the Gulf. In Beijing, analysts pull every file on American autonomous undersea vehicle doctrine and start asking the question Iran just answered. If you understand the procedure, you can design the trap around it. The coastal battery is rubble, the Kilo is gone, the fast boats are back in port. But the engineer who programmed those mine counters is not, and he now knows exactly how many orcas the Americans send first. 9 drones went through that corridor and came back. That sounds like a victory. Somewhere in Hormozgan province, in a room with no windows, somebody is reviewing telemetry from the mine sensors that survived the sweep, studying the pressure signatures, the acoustic traces, the exact profile of 9 vehicles the US Navy trusts completely. They are not angry about tonight. They are taking notes. The Strait of Hormuz doesn't close with a declaration. It closes when enough people believe it might. Tonight, for 47 minutes, they believed it. That's all it takes.